We're rolling, Mason.
All right, hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Hicks from the Sticks podcast. If I'm correct, which I'm usually not,
92.
should be episode number 92. Yep.
Yeah.
Was there any famous athletes that were number 92?
No, not yet. We're not getting there. We're not getting to the Connor McDavid or the Wayne Gretzky yet, but we're getting close.
Yeah, we kind of did a bad job of doing that. Like for 87, we should have been like, oh, this is the Crosby episode.
Yeah. But we're getting close to the 100 episode giveaway, as always. I've been advertising this now for a few weeks. We haven't made one yet, but it's going to come.
Dev, do we even know what we're doing for that yet?
I'll organize it. It's going to be soon. Maybe we'll get a few others in on it, maybe some beef, maybe some wild eggs. Who knows?
Who knows? It's a mystery, folks.
It's a mystery.
So you better stay tuned for that.
Maybe some Hicks from the Sticks stickers. Maybe if our merch is ready, maybe some merch.
Could be cool.
Yeah.
Could be cool.
If you're hearing this, maybe merch is coming out soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mason's on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
But anyways, welcome to the Hicks from the Sticks. We're here in beautiful, and kind of chilly tonight, Olds, Alberta.
It's been chilly for the past few days, but it's extra chilly because we were in Arizona for 2 days.
Yeah, we just had another Arizona trip. Had to bring the horses back.
And
yeah, Arizona, as you would probably suspect, it's quite nice this time of year.
To the point where their bars have outdoor sections.
Yeah, so
let's get into that.
Yeah, we hit up this one bar. Do you remember what it was called?
The Buffalo Chip.
The Buffalo Chip. We hit it up on Friday night. And this bar was, I would say, 80% of it was outside.
Yes, good chunk of it.
And it was also, for anybody who's heard of these kind of bars before, it was one of the ones where it is done where they have bull riding as well.
Yeah.
Where it's like not mechanical bulls, they have like a real bull riding pen.
Yeah.
And they get folks in there and ride bulls, and I think there's usually a decent cash prize for the winner.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah, I would think. Didn't watch it.
Yeah, we got there a bit late. So
yeah, when we got there, Dev and I, we were pretty.
We were lost in the sauce.
We had a couple beers in us. We were feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Although I will mention that right when we showed up there, and we were some of the only people that were doing this, we were wearing like short sleeve shirts.
Yeah. I was thinking we were two of three people that were wearing short sleeves. I think I only saw one other person wearing a short sleeve shirt.
Yeah. But anyways, when we first showed up there, like this was night, obviously. So when we first got there, we were like, oh geez, like this is kind of chilly. Should we go back to the trucks and maybe grab our sweaters? And I said to you, Dev, I said, hey man, let's get a couple more drinks in us.
Let's get some like hard dark liquor, some whiskey or some rum,
and then we'll reassess.
Yes. And that's exactly what happened.
It took one drink and we were okay.
Yeah. Had a little bit of rum and it warmed up the stomach.
Yeah.
So, once you warm up the inside, the outside starts warming up too, and then it all worked out.
It wasn't cold the rest of the night. And it also helped out as well that we were dancing the rest of the night.
Oh, yeah, we were moving.
It was a good bar. It was cool because there was like an indoor section where they had some live music. But the indoor section was packed. But then you walk kind of just across the yard.
It's like all dirt.
And they have like this covered section. It's still technically outdoors because there ain't any walls, but it's covered section where it's just like a big dance floor.
Yeah.
And nice thing down there is all the girls are willing to dance. So it was nonstop two-stepping.
There's no flack on people from Arizona, but I noticed there's a lot of people that didn't know how to two-step.
There was a lack of people
that didn't know how to two-step.
You mean there was a lot of people?
There's a lot of people.
If you're saying there was a lack, that means everybody.
Yeah, sorry, proper English. My bad. There's a lot of people that didn't know how to two-step.
Yeah. Well, and if you think about it too, that was in Scottsdale, Phoenix. They're big cities.
Yeah, true.
It's the same thing as going to Calgary and girls not knowing how to two-step.
Yeah,
exactly. That's just what you expect when you're going to the cities.
Exactly.
But the nice thing is that everybody was willing to dance, or at least willing to learn. So I don't know about you, Deb, but I was two-stepping all night. I was giving some lessons as well.
I was
taking them down the bunny hill.
Yeah. I was holding everyone's beer while they were dancing, and I was like, holy, I had like 5 beers in my hands at one point, and I was just taking a sip out of every one, getting quite the variety. It was like a tasting, get those like tasting trays. Yeah, it was one of those nights where I was getting a little taste of everything, Also, the tequila there I had one tequila shot, and after that, it sent me over the hill. But we won't talk about that. But I had some of the smoothest tequila I've ever had. That stuff went back so quick and so good. It was perfect.
And it came right back out.
We won't talk about it. We won't talk about no other videos will be shared. That was bad. Anyways, though.
It was a fun bar.
It was a fun bar. We had a good trip home. Knocked it out in 2 days. So other than the bit of snow in Idaho and other complications, it wasn't bad. It was a pretty good trip.
Yeah.
It was short, but it wasn't bad.
I mean, it was long sitting in the truck.
Oh yeah.
But...
but yeah, it was good though. It was good otherwise.
Yep,
but
for sure.
Yeah, no, highly recommend buffalo chip, sorry. Woo, buffalo chip in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. 9 out of 10.
Go check it out, folks.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into everyone's favorite segment here, the Western Word of the Week. Presented by Mason.
Hell yeah.
Western All right, Mason, what you got us cooking up for today?
Okay,
what section of the alphabet are we in today?
So we're in A.
We're in A.
This is the first page.
First page.
We have not been on the first page before, so we're right at the start of the alphabet here. A foot.
A foot.
What do you think a foot means?
Like the measurement?
No.
Like a foot of something? A foot of wood?
A foot. A-F-O-O-T. A foot.
With no E on the end.
No E.
No clue.
No clue.
No clue. No clue.
Okay. So this one kind of has a long description. So bear with me. They really go into detail explaining it. So you should have quite a vision of what this means by the time I'm through with this. But a foot is said of a man without a horse. A man afoot on the range is looked upon with suspicion by most ranchers and is not welcome when he stops for food or shelter, unless he can prove that he belongs to the country and that his being afoot is caused by some misfortune. Okay. It has always been the custom of the range country to regard a man as a man and a horse, never one without the other. Even cattle fear a man, or even cattle have no fear of a man afoot, and he is in danger of being attacked. One of the old sayings of the West is, a man afoot is no man at all. He cannot do a man's work without a horse and is useless in cow work. Teddy Blue used to say there are only two things the old-time puncher was afraid of: a decent woman and being left afoot.
Damn. So it wasn't Western Word of the Week, it was Western Story of the Week.
Yeah, pretty much. So it kind of sounds like if you're in the Wild West, if you ever lost your horse, you're fucked. Like nobody wanted to fuck with you. Like they're like, hey, stay away from me, bud.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got, but you got some bad mojo.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna leave off that one because that was a long one today. So.
Yeah, it was long, but like, I mean, it kind of makes sense for the time if you think about it.
Yeah,
that was.
It's like you're stuck on the highway and someone, or like you're stuck out for dinner or something like that. Are you coming out to your car,
or you go to the bar and you don't have a DD?
Oh yeah.
Then you're left afoot.
I guess so. That's probably the best way to explain it,
right?
So
that would be the modern interpretation of this. Because yeah, if you're outside the bar and some guy's like, "Hey, like, give me a ride," like, I don't have a DD, you're kind of like,
thank you.
Yeah, I don't know you. I'm going this way. Please don't follow me.
Yeah, basically.
Right?
Basically.
But yeah, I mean, it makes sense for the time, though, because I think they may have had the train. But other than that, like, everything was done by horse. And
yeah. So
really, if you saw a guy just walking along the range with no horse, first of all, that guy's probably going to die.
Yeah.
Especially if he's kind of like far between towns. And second of all, it's like pretty suspicious.
Yeah, a little bit suspicious.
What's this guy's story? What's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, why is he walking right now?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
But I will admit, there's been plenty of nights where I've been afoot from the bar.
Yeah, but we live.
That's okay because I love walking.
Yeah, we also live in a town where you can get anywhere 10 minutes by foot. So
precisely,
yes, especially now with your house being literally 2 blocks away from the bar. Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to be
I don't know about you, man, and I don't know if people feel the same way, but when you're drunk, walking is so much fun.
Yes,
if the weather's nice.
If the weather's nice.
Or at
However,
least
even if the
reasonable.
weather is crap, at least as long as it's not blizzarding outside, but if it's cold, it doesn't matter.
If you're drunk enough and you don't feel the effects of the cold,
The only time where it sucks if it's blizzarding out.
yes.
That's probably the only time.
Yes.
But other than that, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would say so. I
Yeah.
agree with you on that. Awesome. Well, thank you, Mason, for giving us the Western word of the week, of course. All right, but we're gonna hop right away into our interview here with Toyin from the Kara Kata Africa Village. This is a different one for us.
Yeah, it's a little different, folks.
It's a little different. So basically, he has an organization out in BC that is helping bring giving people the opportunity to bring Nigerian agriculture into Canada. It was very interesting, very different. He even talks about his little pitch that he's doing on Dragon's Den, which he did probably I think 2 weeks now ago when we did the interview. So yeah, stay tuned or tune in for that. And yeah, anything else,
we'll
Mason?
talk to you afterwards. Yeah, no, let's hop in.
All right, Mason, we're rolling.
All right, hello, folks. Welcome to another interview on the Hicks from the Sticks podcast. Devin, do you want to introduce our guest here today?
All right, I'm just gonna another preface as always. I'm gonna butcher your name here. Today we have Toyin.
Yes.
I want to produce your full name, but I don't think I'm gonna get it right. So I'm gonna let you do it yourself.
My name is Toyin Kara Ajayi.
So there you guys go.
Devin, do you want to try that?
No, I'm good. I'm
When
good.
you know
I'm
what?
good.
Most Canadians call me KO.
KO?
Ajayi. Yeah, KO. KO
Gotcha.
Ajayi. So I think my name is not that hard, you know. You just say Toyin, or you can say Toyin, like Toyin.
Yeah.
Kayo Ajayi. So Toyin Kayo Ajayi. Just my accent. You know, it's very accentual, right? So that accent has a difference. But pronunciation, it's okay. Just call me KO.
Awesome. Sweet.
Perfect.
So I guess for starter questions right off the bat, do you just want to introduce yourself, who you are, and a bit of a background story to yourself?
Yeah, my name is Toyin, and I'm from BC, and I'm originally Nigerian. I moved here 22 years ago, and before I moved to Canada, I've been really much into nature and farming. I've loved to go to the farm all the time. My grandparents, I always follow them from my mom's side, from my father's side. I always do. We do go to rice farm, we go to yam farm, all kind of vegetables and crops. I've always very inclined to those area. I love farming. I love nature. So it's a natural thing. It becomes that became part of my kind of like my hobby. So coming here, I've always have this curiosity. You know, a lot of things when I see back home, I always say, okay, how is this thing made? Why is this thing? Because there's a lot of waste in what we have there, like tomatoes, all those kind of like vegetables that we can't keep. The only thing we can do is to dehydrate them. But I always see that it can be canned, but we don't have all those resources back home. So I've always have this curiosity, like, okay, if I get to somewhere around the world where I can learn these things, I want to go into farming and learn how to preserve things in a natural way, and farming in a natural way, because that's all we know growing up back home. So because me growing up, I never knew something that's a fertilizer. Our lands are very fertile. So the curiosity about farming and how to reproduce and how to also preserve those things that are not used now. So curiosity is there already. I've already have that, which is even lately, we're talking about preservation. It actually pushed me to a hedge now. I just came up with something called text it right now, which is part of everything I've always thought since I was child, like from my childhood. It kind of growing, pushed me to where I am now today as a farmer. But now I'm getting to a different level, which I will actually be pitching the concept to the Dragons Den about food security and like preserving food. Like I find out coming here too that we waste a lot of food, and for me back home, food is very, very important. So a lot of things joined together that made me get into farming, and that's kind of the the drive I have with farming and with my background and coming here and continuing it and be farming for like 19 years, from dairy farming to all kind of other stuff. Now I'm doing my own kind of vegetable farming now, which is basically focusing on African type of vegetable that we can, so that we can grow it here and be able to do almost similar to what we do back home instead of bringing the stuff to Canada. So everything is with my if I'm gonna be saying anything about what drive me to be farming in Canada, that's what it is, and the drive is it's what it is, and that's where I am. That's why I'm proud. I'm pretty much the only black farmer in BC right now. Maybe there's one, maybe there's some around the corner I don't know, but I haven't seen one. I've been trying to get more people into farming, but I realized that you can never go wrong with farming. Somebody have to farm the land. Somebody have to provide the food, because without food, no life.
That's right.
That's true. That's awesome.
Wait, so did you say you're going on to Dragon's Den? This is how you
Yeah,
said?
yeah. They just
Are you
like,
nervous
okay.
about Kevin O'Leary like giving you a hard time?
I'm gonna be visiting them in Vancouver this weekend. And they just called me today. They've had the email because I came up with some concept. Like, I realized that in the West, there's a lot of food waste. We waste too much food. Over $1 billion every year. We waste a lot of food. When you go to all this, maybe because of my background, I started doing almost like undercover, checking how people waste food. Oh, they are throwing that in. What did they dump in that garbage there? I'll go to all those grocery store. Holy man. Tomatoes, peppers, in a dump. Onions, in a dump. And I was like losing my mind. And they would lock it up. And I was like, what's going on? Then you go to restaurant, a lot of food. Boom. Oh, what? And everywhere, so much food is wasted. And I was like, what can I do? Because coming from my background is food is life. And I eat once a day, barely. We don't even have the food. So if I'm growing up eating once a day, now coming here, see people with food wasting, it hit me so. Then I said, okay, you know what? Why can't I come up with something? Creating a maybe like an app. You see, skip the dishes, Uber Eats, all that. Why can't we have something that, okay, if somebody have like a food or leftover, or maybe they have something in their fridge that they know they won't eat anymore, and it's gonna probably go into expire very soon, why can't there be like a platform whereby they can just take a picture of those things and post it there? So I call the project Text Eat. Text EAT, like text and eat.
Yeah.
You can just go there, you can post that food there. Even somebody might be in the same building you are. It might need that yogurt or milk that you don't know, or maybe juice that you already opened, but it's nothing wrong with it. It's not bad. Hey, I have this juice here. I have this yogurt here. Even this, I haven't even opened it. Oh, I have this can. It's gonna expire, but I don't think I'm gonna eat it. If anybody wants it, stop by, pick it up. And that's your location. Somebody might be there. It might not even have a dinner. It might be able to come and grab that. I'm willing to give it free, but if you have anything, you can give me, but necessarily, you are not expecting anything back. But if somebody can make use of that food instead of going to waste, why can't we have something like that? So that's the kind of concept. And it goes to the farmers. It goes to the restaurants. The restaurants have a different plan for restaurants. Or maybe somebody is eating at the restaurant. What is eating? I've already copyrighted the project anyways. I've copyrighted it and I put it in trademark. And then that kind of food, if you can't finish it, go on text it. Just take a picture. Oh, I ordered this. I don't like it. Anybody want it? Maybe somebody is even in the restaurant. I say, oh, somebody doesn't want this. It's here. Let me check. Okay, where are you? What color are you wearing? Quick. Oh, I'll take it. Get the food. Or I'll pack it here. You can take it with you. Or somebody's in the area. Hey, I'll pick it up. So instead of throwing that food, instead of giving it to the restaurant, somebody can actually pick it up as you are leaving the restaurant and collect it from you. That may be their dinner.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a lot less waste, that's for sure.
What are like, so you've been talking a lot about like the pot, like what are some challenges though with this concept and trying to develop it though?
The challenges I'm having, actually, I wouldn't have gone on the Dragons then. I was looking for like-minded, because if I show the blueprint of that thing, is at least my target is to save a quarter of those food that we waste every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
To make you to be able to get it used to somewhere. But right now, I put so much my own finances into developing this farm that I'm developing here to train and encourage Black people. Me and my partner will probably put over $300,000 to
Okay.
just creating something. So, I mean, not about my project, just I don't have enough fund. So I'm trying to find people I can pitch it to, and maybe they can have they can find a way to fund. And that's the reason what got me into Dragons then. I wouldn't have who go there, because if you share with them now, they might take something, but I don't care. I'm okay. I've already copyrighted it, and I already have my own detail of a lot of things I want to do with it, which is gonna be saving a lot of food, because I can't stand on the side and watch the way we're wasting food. We want to be able to get that food to people that need it. Even if you're on text it, if somebody posted something, you are walking on the street and there's a bunch of homeless people and they are hungry, and you look at your text it, oh, instead of giving them money, you see somebody have some food or fruit around that area, you can pick it up and give it to the homeless guy.
Yeah.
I can just eat it, right? So
Yeah.
instead of giving, if you don't have the money to give, you can pick up that. Maybe in front of that same building, somebody might have some food there that they can't announce. They can't go outside there and say, oh, I have this food, somebody come and take it. Put it on text, eat. Text, oh, I can pick it up. Somebody need it here. Grab it, give it to somebody. Or even you can even eat it. Then we are saving at least a quarter. That's like $250 million worth every year. That's my target. Although they said it's almost over $1 billion worth of food that we waste. But if we can save 250 million and put it to good use, a lot of people are starving right now. So that's the concept. But right now, it's just the only option I have is to be able to maybe share it with these guys, pitch it to them, and see what they think. Either way, I'm gonna do it. One way it might be slow. Maybe I'll find some other funder or whatever. That's it.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, good luck with the pitch though, and hopefully you make it on the TV segment, because that'd be kind of cool to see.
You guys are supposed to hear the concept.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. All right, I want to take it back though a notch. I'm curious to hear about because you're talking about agriculture and farming in Nigeria. What's the predominant agriculture out there? Like, is it like out here where you have your big farm, your broadacre farms, and your high intense livestock, or is it different out there?
Back home?
Yeah.
Yes. So back home we grow. We pretty much grow. It's tropical, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have another 500 acres back home, which I purchased for. It's kind of like a satellite, like a sister partner with Canadian farm here. So there, we pretty much grow everything. And, as a warm weather, you get to grow whatever you can grow all year round. It's all year round. Pretty much there. We grow about every kind of vegetables, crops, yam, cassava. We have bamboo farm. We have sugarcane, plantain, orange, banana, papaya, all kinds, and even oranges. Is like everything is more like manually done, because it's all purely organic. I don't let anybody use any fertilizer in any of my farms over there. And then we are buying cocoa like a chocolate, real cocoa.
Yeah.
So I have something called Operation Cocoa Farm Rescue, because people there they don't want to farm anymore, because a lot of food are being shipped over there that are all canned food. So people are finding easy way. Nobody want to farm. anymore there because now they are getting some West. They want to eat like Western people. They want to eat canned food, but they didn't know that the one that they grow naturally is the best for them. So I'm trying to get more people back into farming, creating opportunity for people like maybe like women, people with the different orientations that are rejected. So I'm trying to kind of like encourage and get people back into farming and nature, which is something I'm doing here too for the Black community. Same thing is happening over there. Nobody want to farm here. Nobody is thinking about it. So it's almost like doing the same thing I'm doing here, doing it over there. That's why my younger brothers are there. They are running the program there. So we grow everything over there. Grow everything there.
Is so back over there though, is it like is there like are like the technologies and stuff there, like are they using big autonomous tractors and stuff like that, or is everything very manual labor, like, or is it just because with the crops you don't really have the machinery with it as well?
You know what you mentioned, it's if it's there,
Yeah.
what we are getting now, what I'm getting right now, it will be 5 times the produce because everything is manual.
Oh, okay.
They use machete, machete to cut,
Yeah.
clear the bush,
Yeah.
and the trees. You use machete to cut the bush, and then you use the digger to dig all the roots. It can take you 2 weeks to finish digging the roots. Something you can do in just 1 day here.
Yeah.
Soil down, pushes the stump away. The stump can take somebody for 2 people for like a week.
Yeah.
So you have to dig manually. Everything is manual, which slows a lot of productivity down, right? So imagine if you have something there, like get one big, massive John Deere there that can multitask, things will be done, like the productivity will be like 5 times. Even crops and everything, plowing, leveling everything, all do the way we do here, mechanized way. Oh my God. I can literally, on that 500 acre, I can be supplying the whole BC, probably fresh tropical fruit or plant or crops from there, like bringing it here, but no. Anyway, it kind of creates opportunity for the locals who doesn't have resources, so they kind of go there. It costs me, but at least somebody's working and they have something income. And also, I'm educating them and motivating them to get back into farming.
So like, yeah, so like basically if you had the large machinery, the efficiency would be through the roof, but then there'd be less jobs for people over there type of thing.
Oh, there will always be job, because when there's more productivity, right, they will be able to do the processing, maybe preparing the fruits, getting it ready. Then their job will be different, will be less stressful, right? Packing, when you increase the technology, you produce so much, you will probably almost need more people. And guess what? Why I say it's going to be more people will have more job is that right now there are more than the area where I have the farm. There are more than 30% of the people there that are already above the age of 55. They can't do that hard job anymore.
Yeah.
Or if it's just like a sorting things, sorting fruit, picking and something, it will be easier, right? If machinery can do all that, so they will just be able to, I can do this. This is easy. I can do this. This is easy, right? So that now without, you understand what I mean, right? Without that, it makes them like they're useless. They can't do anything. So it makes the people that are younger want to be able to do. Even the people that people want to do now, because it's a very tough job, it doesn't make you last. If you do that farming back home the way it's done now, most of them die quickly. They get hurt. Because you have to dig everything. You have to cut everything. Some of them, you got blisters every day. You wrap everything. So you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. I get what you mean. What's kind of like the future though for your farm over there? Like what's kind of your big kind of goals over there with that?
My goal is what you just asked. So we'll get to a state. Hopefully we find some grantings or partnerships or somebody interested to like partnership who wants to say, okay, you know what? We can increase productivity here, and the market is already here anyways. We do all the production, We put everything together, either we dehydrate or bring it fresh, because most of our fresh food come from Ecuador anyways,
Yeah.
right? Ecuador and South America, right? Or
Yep.
California or something. Why can't
Mhm.
we be bringing it from there? Because the taste of the fruit from there, if you try it, you will know the difference from what is growing in South America or California. There,
Mm.
everything is 150% organic. Nothing, they've never used any fertilizer in anywhere, any of my farmland area. The fruit, everything grow naturally in the bush. So the future is, hopefully, I get some like mechanized farming, tractors or stuff to get there, and then increase the productivity and have excess to be able to bring them. Even over there, we can't produce enough for them because Nigeria is more than 240 million people
Mhm.
and the same size of BC,
Yeah.
landscape wise, 240 million.
Yikes.
Oh, yikes. Yeah. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Can you see that? And
Yeah.
birth rate is going like this.
Yeah. Oh. So it could be like 500 in a couple in like 10 or so years or so. Like
10
it
years
double.
will be like 200 and maybe 310 million, 220 million.
Holy. It's a lot of
So
people.
there, literally, you can't produce enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. If there's a increased productivity, holy man, you make more money there than here. Even though they are paying small, but you know those little nickels and pennies, it adds up with lot of population. Lot
Yeah.
of population. You produce it, you make it cheaper, and they can afford it. It's a win-win, right? So that is kind of a future, right? That's the future.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. That's awesome. Let's bring it now back over to here and your kind of farming experiences here. So you've said you've done dairy farming, correct? And then you have your own farm. Do you want to kind of talk about your experiences over here in Canada and like maybe some of the learning curves that you had going from farming in Nigeria to over here?
Yeah, it's totally different. Like, you know, we study experience. Everything is all manually done. Coming here, starting from the, you know, when you do dairy farm, you're still gonna plant your corn, you're gonna plow you're gonna disc, you're gonna do a bunch of things on the field. You prep the field, you spray the manures and everything. So all those things is quite different because all done by machinery here, right? That is my learning curve was learning how to use the tools, the proper tools. And that's one of the things that's my joy doing dairy farming. From it's not just like you are milking cows or just in the barn. You are pretty much out there doing everything, building the barn, building the stalls, changing the stalls, you know, pre the stalls, you know, build your manure pit, how to get the manures out of the pits and spread, you know, using all those tools available for you to be able to be like self-sustained, to build things and maintain things by yourself. So all those things is such a joy. That's why I learned. So that's the learning curve. It's totally different from what you know back home. I don't think I've never used any tools I used to use back home here because everything you have is mechanized. It's like easier, and I can see something that it will take me a week back home. I'll probably do it one day here.
Yeah, true.
Even lots of dairies now, you don't even need to milk them anymore. Got robots.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the dairy farms, especially out in BC now, I'm pretty sure all have robots now. So don't even
they've upgraded all of them, like someone like Clues or like Livingston, like all the Nathan Creek guys. They are pretty much the winners too. All of them already upgraded. It's all automated from the barn, the stalls. The cows get up and all moved in, all like computerized, moved. Before we used to chase them, little tap. Hey guys, let's go, guys. Yeah. Hey girl, get in there.
Come on, girl. Oh, it's too early.
Come on, I want to go home.
Sometimes you put a little water hose. Oh, it's gonna move down. Okay. So yeah, it's different now. You gotta go. Once you're in the stalls or rotator, you gotta go. You have no choice.
Mhm.
So it's very different now. And then it goes in, you just kind of you guide it in, all properly already sprayed without then just everything, just wipe them. Some of them even have like a squat. Already get it all prep and they just boom, 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 boom. You can make maybe 500 cows within 1 hour. Easy
Yeah.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
before you make 100 cows like an hour and a half, 2 hours, you know. So,
Mhm.
but now everything is pretty much, even the parlor, cleaning it, turn everything on, it blasts everything like all jet, blast,
Mhm.
clean, sanitize, locked up, boom. Even cleaning the burn, it's all automated, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm. Yeah.
different.
Yeah. And then I think so, like I found you on social media and you have your own little kind of operation, no, with the goats and stuff, correct?
Yes.
So do you want to kind of talk about that when you're kind of doing around your own place?
Yeah, I now I were in the me and my partner were in the city before, so we moved from Kits, Kitsilano, then came to say, hey, I said, hey, I said we should farm, let's go farming. So I said, okay, sure. Then all of a sudden we just find a place in Mission. Actually, literally just got into the property and then I just said, okay, I can't wait. I can't stay in the city. Then we started raising Nigerian goats. It's all the Nigerian specific because those goats they are very they can survive pretty much whatever.
Mhm.
They are very it's not it's one of those things. It's one of those animals that they're very adaptive. They eat everything. They eat trees. They eat the bark. They eat. If you leave them in your yard, they just mow everything. Even blackberry, yeah, they they munch everything. They munch it with the sticks, everything. So it's a pretty good animal to start with. And then because our community, we love goat meat. That's what we eat.
Mhm.
That's what we eat. So okay, let's build the herd. So that's what we're doing now. We're kind of like starting from something that we can control, not getting to cow, but maybe with time we have few cows so that we can have it for like we're able to maybe like a meat sharing thing for the community. Pretty much, it's just to be able to educate and support our community, because some of those opportunity having a farm like those ones, we don't have anything like that in our community. That's why I'm creating that, and that's what I'm doing with the goat now. The goat is growing from 3 years ago now. We've had almost to 28 to 30 of them, but some of them that we need to retire, we can put it for meat. People can share it too. So stuff like that. And I have been doing experimentation with other vegetables. But if you want to know, you can ask me. So
Mhm. Yeah. So I'm curious about the goats because you said they're a Nigerian goat. Did you have to import them into Canada then?
Nigerian goat is like a Nigerian breed, like say Nigerian breed. It's a Nigerian or imported goats. Okay,
Okay.
those goats they are very rare. They're very rare species, and they are very very they are very adapted. They are very adaptive. They adapt quickly to any
Mhm.
kind of environment. So
Mhm.
they are survivors. They are
Mhm.
good survivors. So they are originally from Nigeria, originated from Nigeria. That is their species came from. Now that's the only region that they have that kind of goat. Some of them are dwarf. They call it, if you go on Google, you see Nigeria dwarf goats.
Yeah.
Some of them are mixed too. Some of
Mhm.
them are mixed with like different species, like boa. Some of them are mixed with Swiss. So they kind of have different mix together, but they are very. They're one of those strongest goats that can survive pretty much whatever.
Mhm. Gotcha. Awesome. What was a challenge though? Was because I know like we've talked to a few guys out there, and I've had experience dairy farming out in that area, that neck of the woods, and like first of all, land prices out there are crazy for starters. So I'm assuming that was a challenge getting started. Was there any other challenges too with getting started with this little operation you got?
A lot of challenges, like lot of challenges. Like you get the land, you have to kind of like prep the land. Like even till now, I got trucks that's supposed to be bringing like, this is the fourth year we here. I'm still doing level and changing the landscape, cleaning the landscape. Hundreds of thousands of dollars already gone, and it's pretty much a one income. Income comes from me, so it's really hard. But now with my organization, we're trying. We've been having some meetings with governments, with Minister of Agriculture, with our MPs, and our concepts, and being also a non-profit organization that is doing something uniquely different from others. Trying to educate people to grow what they eat and eat what they grow, and eat and grow, eat what what is culturally appropriate to what you are brought up with, right? Custom to. So something like that has never been done around here. Really, the government doesn't have any clue how to start that. So for me, being from that background and having the knowledge in Canada, when you mix that together and being able to push and have a little bit change and being able to get the land alone, it's not easy. It's a lot of money, a lot of debt, a lot of even mortgage sometimes, with everything so hard right now, it's insane because the money I'm supposed to go to mortgage, you already put it in something else. Hey, something happened with the goat. Sometimes the goat can start to have the issue. Then quickly, you gotta get this on. Fam, you don't plan for the next day. The day will plan itself. Once you wake up in the morning, you see what you need to do already. Whatever you planned last night, out the window. Maybe you're gonna get there later, but that is not how you're gonna start your day. So that is always unforeseen. Maybe right now we are talking. By the time I woke up in the morning. Oh, holy man! Here we go again. I woke up today. It is snow, 20 by 50 meter greenhouse that I just finished. I just started to put plants in it, everything in there. I woke up, everything's already collapsed.
Oh, like you just built this brand new greenhouse and it's all just on the ground.
20 by 50 meters, oh man. I woke up in the morning, the snow so much. Boom.
Yeah.
Everything like a presso.
Yeah.
Just finished, you just grow. You're already growing things in it. So all those plants I've grown, seed I bought, all experimental I'm doing from back home, trying to do here. I'm gonna start all over again.
Yeah, it's a little demoralizing, that's for sure.
Yeah. But that's with farming though, is you can pout for a minute, but then the next minute you just gotta get back to work, right? So
yeah. So it's a hobby. It's a hobby, it's a passion. You gotta take it as a passion and your hobby. If you take it as money making in the beginning, man, you're kidding yourself. You probably run right out. So don't count your chickens before the eggs are laid. Some people they want to be doing that first, but you're not a farmer. I just hope we get some really. The challenges are just getting support. What my hope is that the government to focus their resources in what is proper, especially for a minority community like mine. Some resources where I hope like even one day I'm gonna have to go and protest because they should prioritize things that the way the population of Africans are growing here, the market for what we are experimenting right now, just the vegetables, we can't even produce enough. We can't. I don't think we have enough resources to supply everything that our community will be eating. They are bringing everything from back home from Africa, and guess what? By the time you get here, some of them are already rotten. They're not being brought in a proper way, bringing like in a cold room. They don't have that. They just bring it in bags. They dehydrate them. By the time you get here, it's all moldy. But if we grow it here, we are already experimenting it. We can grow it here. If we grow it here, all organically done, it actually helps our health here. It saves a lot of money if we calculate it together, right? If you eat well, you won't get sick. If you eat proper food that is culturally appropriate to you, that we can provide for our people, programs like this, you know, you think it's no-brainer, right? We apply for something, you're like, really? Nobody is doing this. And we are creating solutions. When you create solutions, you should be able to get support for something you are trying to, the solution you are trying to create to help the community on the long run, saving the government a lot of money, not getting people sick. Because all those they bring here when they eat it sometimes, moldy stuff probably get them sick. Then it's a drain in our health system, right? But if you grow it here fresh, you eat it fresh. On the long run, you know, millions and millions of dollars that's been saved because people are not going to get sick. They'll be eating fresh. They'll be feeling well. They'll be doing well.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
I hope frozen pizza works into my diet because that's pretty much all I eat. That don't go moldy.
But you know what? Those things, if you're gonna bring some from there, it doesn't. By the time you get here, they think that they dehydrate it, it's dry. But when it's all goes to the like humidity and everything through the plane, take it 2-3 weeks. By the time you get here, you know the humidity back home is different from the humidity between the plane and when it's gonna land here.
Yeah.
And by the time you get here, more than 50%, the custom dump it in the garbage. A big loss for the business owner, right? And also the rest that is all you think is okay. By the time you get deep in there, they want to sell it. When they sell it, problem.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah. So what are some of the, so you talked about a bit about this greenhouse, which I'm sorry it collapsed, but what were you kind of growing in there though? Like what were some of these foods?
Our all our kind of our vegetables, our crops that, you know, because it's all like tropical, right? So we're gonna do that for like a winter to grow something in the winter. So if you have a greenhouse, all those vegetables we can grow it in the greenhouse because you need the warmer weather to grow and to germinate and all that. So that is kind of the purpose of that. But during the spring, summer, we grow everything outside. Beautiful. Like the one I'm gonna be doing this year is called Beautiful. It's a beautiful, it's edible, beautiful, edible, and nutritious. So what I'm planning to grow is grow our pepper and kind of our leafy vegetables that are for different colors. Some of them are like purple, some of them are like a purple green, some of them are green, some of them are red, but they are vegetables that we eat. Some peppers are like Christmas trees. They grow yellow, green, purple, red, different ones on the same tree, but they grow different colors. So I want to grow beautiful, edible, and nutritious. That's what I'm planning this year, the theme for this year. So from spring, I'll be getting the seed out and some garden eggs. We call it garden egg. When you see it, you think it's the egg, but it grows in the garden. And it's very nice. Bitter leaf, all those things. Those are the things that the greenhouse and like experimenting through the winter, all that experimentation, boom, thousands of dollars done. And then get the other ones that we already experimented for the past 3 years, we're going to be growing it outdoor in the spring and summer.
What are some of these crops that you plan on growing?
We call it water leaf, amaranth, different type of amaranth. That's another different species of amaranth, basil, but a different type of basil. Some of them it's almost like some of them is very a lot of scent. Like it's almost like lavender. You know when you see the way lavender smells, fresh lavender, or rosemary and all that. So it smells like that. And some of them I don't have an English name for it. I don't know. It doesn't have an English name. It's just kind of like I can look at spices.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Because most of our vegetables are herbs, and it's not just the ordinary vegetable. They are herbs and spices and veg. They are very good. Like the bitter leaf. The bitter leaf is very good for you. Now they're actually bringing it to the stores. Now they're putting it in like almost like a medicine now, because it's very, we use it to cook meal.
Mhm.
Use it to cook meal. So it's very popular in the West now because they realize that bitter leaf is a very powerful, almost like all-round cure stuff. So
Okay.
we
Cool.
use it back home. It's our herb. It's normal. We use it to cook like a normal veggie, like a spinach. We cook it like that. We eat it, or you blend it. You squish it like this. You squeeze the water out and you drink it. Ooh, so bitter, but very good for you.
Okay, yeah, that's
There you
right.
go.
Usually it's the things that taste pretty bad that are the best for you. So
Yes.
I noticed on you guys' social media, you guys have something called I've never seen this plant before, and I do like a lot of agronomy stuff. What's an amaranth?
Amaranth, yeah.
What is that? Is that from Nigeria as well?
Yeah, it's origin from that side, yeah. And then we amaranth, is it the red one or the green one?
I think I saw the red one.
The red one with a lot of seeds.
Yes.
So that
yes.
seed is so good. If you can research it, you see it. Like those seeds are very good. You know when you get like a chia seed. You know when you say like a chia seed.
Mhm.
Yeah, like they are very. There's a lot of the seeds. You see, it has something like they are not really defined as a nutrients. They are very they are very good in the system. It's called like amaranthus. That's why some people call it amaranthus. But the seed is edible. It's very edible and is healthy. We use it for a lot of different things. Back home, you can just steam it and heat it. It doesn't carry, as you see the way it look like a very stocky like that, it doesn't carry anything like a insect or whatever. If there is insect there, that means it's edible with the food. It's almost like when you look at what do you call this? It just this one of these plants. Yeah, I forgot. It's kind of skipped my mind. It's one of these plants. It's a little different, but also amaranth is the seed that red thing that goes on like this, that is very very bulky on top of it. Like they look like very like a little, almost like a worm, almost like a insect like, but the long.
Yeah.
Those are all everything about amaranth is very edible. You can look it up. It's very is a very herbaceous plant, or like a scrub. If you look it up, yeah.
well, it's
So
pretty
it's one of our
leafy, eh?
very, excuse me,
It looks pretty leafy, eh?
leafy, yeah, very
Yeah.
leafy. We have the amaranth, we have the, and you see it's red, right?
Yeah,
Those
there
is
looks
actually
like
good
there's
for your
red and
blood.
green.
Yeah, there's green too. The red one are very very good for your blood. That's our belief. That's what they use it back home for. When you have a low blood count or maybe low iron, they use that. They use it back home. We are not scientists, but our parents. That's something that is very crazy that I found out from my grandparents or elders. They will, once they if they grab the soil like this, if they smell it, they can tell you what is gonna grow best in it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
When they grab the soil, they will smell it. They will just put corn on this area. They'll go there. They count every 10 step.
Oh wow.
I don't know where, but I can get it now. I get it now.
Yeah.
Yes. There are many. If BC is more warmer, if you can keep eating all year round, there are more than 60% of what we grow back home that we grow here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I already figured it out because I can sense the smell. The soil talks. We can feel it. I can see it. So it's just like a natural. It's the intuition, the soil intuition. Is because we are connected to the soil. Yeah, we are all connected to the soil. Like when you, for example, I'll give you an example. When animals in the bush, I'm very traditional and very cultural person. When when you see animal in the bush, when they have headache, you know the trees speaks to them. The
Mhm.
tree will call the animal, come and eat me. And they'll bite it. When they eat, they feel better. Because
Mhm.
that is what is going to heal that animal.
Mhm.
The same thing we human. There are many times, if we can pay attention, we listen. If we listen to our environment, they speak to us. There are
Mhm.
things that we don't even think we can eat that we can actually eat.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, so in your opinion, do you think people in like the Western world have lost this sense because it's just for us, it's just available. It's like on the grocery, like A, there's so much selection now, and B, like it's just there, right? Type of thing. So do you think we've almost lost that sense?
I don't think not all, but majority of people are now they are depending on what somebody say or what somebody say it is. We
Mhm.
don't know, we turn our they almost like they give us something to focus on something else so that you don't focus on what is more important, what can heal you. You know, a lot of things that are made, it's not even made for you to it's not I don't think some of those things are actually made to last you forever. There are many things that you can eat around you that you don't need to buy anything. You don't need to even pay anything for. Whatever that is going on with you. I know many things as I am here that even from animal, you
Mhm.
know, that can actually heal human by just taking it and eating it.
Mhm.
If you
Yeah.
have a bile issue, like if you have a bile issue, you have an issue, just find a very nice healthy goat and kill it and then keep eating whatever the inside, the tribes, the inside. You know
Mhm.
what it does? It heals whatever that is wrong with you. It's been tried many
Yeah,
times.
we
Many
should
times.
probably.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, like I'm celiac, so maybe they'll help out with my celiac disease or something. I don't know.
I'm telling you something right now. If I know the meaning of whatever that is wrong with person, you know, there are some things here they say, oh, I'm allergic to it. If I give you the same similar thing that is grown from that side, I guarantee you won't feel you won't feel the allergy. Because
Oh.
that thing that's causing the allergy in the system, it wasn't meant for that crop. It was already tweaked somewhere along the way.
Mhm.
And your body is natural. That's why it's reacting to it. You don't have to take my word for it, but that is
Mhm.
what growing up, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, because I feel like nowadays you just kind of, for me too, like you follow all the big doctors and the fitness people, and they're telling you what to eat and stuff. So I guess that's the first time I ever heard that, like what you're saying type of thing. So that's quite insightful, actually. Um, so I kind of want to go to kind of like your advocacy for like your for farmers in your area and stuff like that. Um, so do you have an organization that you're doing to promote Nigerian agriculture and stuff like that in BC? Like, is there an actual
Yes.
organization? So what's that called and how was that started?
Well, it started from my passion, being a farmer here and being able to want to get our people involved in farming here and invest in agricultural land and the opportunities that is there that they don't see, that I've already seen, being a farmer in Canada and being able to see beyond, like, oh, it's West. We don't think anything we grow back home, it won't grow here. You know,
Mhm.
like breaking that, shattering that myth, like, oh no, it can't grow here. No, it can grow. It can grow, but you just have to try. So people like encouraging people to be able to try. So our organization is called Kara Kata Africa Society, and now I created another one last year called Canadian Black Farmers
Mhm.
Association. So because I said, okay, I'll create that one so that I can get more. It can be like a tool that we can use to be able to help other black people that are interested in farming here. So it'll be like a platform to be able to help them. My own organization is doing the same thing, but we can be side by side and collaborate. The one I created for the community and the one I created myself that is already pushing and piloting these programs. So I want to use the one for the community will be the one that's already involved with people who want to participate in agriculture. I will set it up for them, which is already set up, and then my organization, so we can be collaborating to be able to get some resources to help other people in our community to be able to farm. So that is our organization. It's called Kara Kata Africa Society of Canada. And also we have the Canadian Black Farmers, which is a sister organizations.
Gotcha. What are some like success stories that you guys have already had? Any off the top of the head?
Go ahead.
What are some, what are just some success stories of people that you've been able to guide to start farming in Canada, some Black farmers, and help them kind of start farming out here?
I have mentored some people. They've called me. I had somebody who call me from Calgary, which I encourage about his farming. He's a doctor, but he was trying. He has already contacted me that he's really going into that, and I believe that's one success there. I have another boy, a guy in Saskatchewan, who is really after finishing school is where he's going. And right now in BC, I have like 40 people in my group that I'm trying to mentor. Even for them to be able to sign up alone, it's a success already, because I've been trying this for like 15 years. Nobody listens to me before. But this time around, since last year, it's amazing. The response alone is big. And the people that are coming to the farm here to kind of sit down with me, like showing the interest alone, that's the start. And it's already a success to be able to convince, but since I already have a farm, to let them see, they can see what I've done. It's doable. That's already a success. So people are listening, people are coming. I'm even having a couple of families now to want to find a farmland for them to buy. So that's already, the success is just beyond my imagination. I didn't expect that people will be responding this much, and people trying to sell their property in the city want to move to the suburb area, like all the rural area, to want to get into farming. So that's something that it's huge, and and it's growing. More interest, people are showing a lot of interest.
No, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
And so, like, when you're mentoring them, are you mentoring the business side of it, the startup, and then also the farming practices, or are you more so just on the farming side of things?
I think I don't want to. I want, it's like a little baby, right? It needs to crawl. Once it crawls, it's gonna get up. Then it needs to start. When it's crawling, it's doing whatever, right? So you have to take like a baby step for them so that you don't freak them out.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't overwhelm them. So that's kind of what I'm, mentoring and nursing and babysitting.
Okay,
That's pretty much what I would do. And then when they start walking and they start running and they start growing, because the teenager becoming adults, they see, oh yeah, my foot is standing now. Okay, you have the land. Okay, let's build a little barn. Let's put a couple of goats there. Put like maybe 3 she goats and put 1 billy there, and let them start breeding. When you start to see the results, oh, okay. Now next step, let's grow the herd. Let's get another pen to move these guys over. Let's separate this billy. So, then you are seeing the interest. But letting them know, hey, you're not gonna be making thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars right now.
Yeah,
you have to build it. Once you build it, leave it for 5 years. Let's use to build it, and then after that, you still keep doing your job. Don't quit your day job. Just keep doing this. So when we now have a full on, everything is set, then you know what? Why not, right? Then you kind of like get to the business side. But as we are doing that, I'm trying to let them see the business side of it. Let's just say we grow. I will show them. Okay, let's say we grow everything in this farm. It's just the 2 type of vegetable. Do you think we don't have enough people that we eat it? They were like, it's not even enough to feed 1/4, every 1/8 of the people in our community. It will be like that. It wouldn't even get to our African stores. Thousands of dollars and the jobs to create for other people. So they see that stuck in their mind, right? Like an encouragement. That's the business, simple business aspect of it. Produce, simple way to produce it. To the consumption is already there. You don't even have to harvest it. You can say, if you come and harvest it by yourself, you can get some discounts. So all you have to do, plant. So the business aspect of it is being able to produce it, and the consumer is there. So that's pretty much it. Direct consumer.
Gotcha. Awesome. Do you have any people that have come to you and have shown interest in like doing like other sort of forms of agriculture, like maybe just getting to mainstream farm, like what you could call Canadian mainstream farming, just setting up a grain farm and dairy farm and stuff? Are you more focusing on trying to do that kind of this demographic of farming?
We are black people. They want to do things that they're a little bit comfortable with first. So something that's kind of more close to them, like something that they already kind of have an idea about from back home. So if you use that to bring them in, it's the best thing. But I've not seen anyone want to go into big thing like a Western growth of, like maybe say a grain or a dairy farm, doing it like in the Western form. They feel like that industry is already fully established. They don't want to feel like they want to compete. Like for me now, I'll be farming here for a long time, right? I don't want to go into that. I want to go do dairy farming, right? Because I know it's already there. I know it's already dwindling right now. No, but many farms are being sold. It's going gradually. We are shrinking. The farmers are shrinking in Canada. We don't have enough farmers. I've never seen anybody. It will mean that's supposed to think of that. I don't feel like I need to go into that area. We feel like, okay, where there's less competition and you do less too. Like if I say, okay, if you read about how to grow amaranth, you will grow it in your yard. You will grow it so much. You will, like, if you have a consumer for it, we already have people who can consume it. Just in BC alone, people can make, if you're just growing amaranth all year, you can easily make $250,000 to $300,000 a year.
Oh wow.
Yes, because we eat a lot of vegetables. Africa, we don't go a day without eating vegetables.
Yeah.
And to grow those things all year round here, it's no brainer. Even if you don't have you grow over for the BC all across Canada. Think about that. Nobody's doing this. I've never met anybody who is a Nigerian that are in Canada. They are probably more than 300 something thousand, almost 400,000 Nigerians, no farming. Maybe one in Alberta that's starting now, and somebody's growing something that we don't. When we start growing it now, the government will not allow those kind of vegetables to come into Canada anymore, right? Since we can produce it locally.
Yeah.
So
that's the way to go.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
See that?
Yeah. Have you had any, because obviously with this type of thing, there's a lot of advocacy and awareness to people. Have you had any backlash to it, especially like somewhere in your area, right, where agriculture land it's competitive, right? Because all the dairy farmers, they want the land too. I know, like, you're talking to a potato guy, they want the land. The blueberry farmers want the land. So are you having a bit of backlash in maybe your area specific with this style of farming, and guys are like, no, we should have it like this way type of thing, or you haven't seen that yet?
No, it doesn't happen here. No. Nobody.
No.
Everybody just do their own thing. They kind of support it too. They support it. Like, people are quite supportive in this the Roach, Mission, Kent area. They are quite supportive. Yeah, they don't. There's no backlash. The only thing you can get is support. Yeah, that's what I can say. Even if they have, maybe they don't talk about it. But you know what? Keep it inside of you, whatever. But I never had any backlash. The only thing I can say is that there was a time somebody was asking me in front of my gate, my property, just asking me, "What are you doing here?" That was the only thing I've heard once, and that was only once. I said, "This is my property, man." He said, "You sure?" I said, This is my house.
Yeah.
I own this place. It's my place."
Mhm.
Oh, okay. And they said sorry, and then left.
Yeah.
Did you meet him at the gate with a gun? Is that why he left so easily?
I don't know, because I guess I was just doing some work outside my gate. So maybe it feel like it's getting dark. I was like, why is this guy here? Because it's not a, like area you see a black person really. So I think he's just driving by. He was like, "Oh, are you okay? What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Said, "That's my property." "Oh,
Yeah.
your property?" "Yes, sir."
Yeah.
"It is
Yeah.
mine."
Yeah.
And it's like, "Oh, sorry. Sorry."
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's just curious. Like maybe never seen, like if you drive the whole area, no. And maybe, I don't look like Indian, right? Indians have a lot of farm around here, but not even around us here. Not even. It's pretty much like more like a rural area that you won't think. Yeah.
Is there any plans to like maybe like work with some of the other farmers in the area? Like, say for example, like because you want to stay somewhat organic, right? So like maybe integrate going to a chicken farmer and asking, hey, how much you want for your manure, and then taking his manure and spraying on your land and stuff like that. And do you have any plans for that? Maybe.
Yeah. Once I'm fully operational, like, for the past 3 years, all I'm doing is experimenting, testing those ones that will work, testing it naturally. I buy like loamy soil. I make the soil up, put like I want to make sure that it's all organic soil that they bring it over for growing vegetables. So with time, I'll be getting like, I want to make sure I keep everything very organic. When all those things, all those dairy farms, they are fed with all kind of different the grain, and so I want to just see if it's just a purely organic dairy farming, and what they are if I know what they feed them. That's why I haven't reached out to those people yet, because animal eats something, he poops it. What he eats is what he's gonna poop. Whatever that is all composition inside the food is gonna come out from the animal, right? And that's what, if I'm gonna take any like manure or whatever from them, it's gonna be like compromising what I'm trying to grow, right?
Fair enough.
No, that makes sense.
Fair enough. I had another question off the top of my head. Hold up. I lost it. You got one, Mace?
No, not really.
All right. So let's go back to the organization. So you have this organization, the sister organization, and what are some current things you guys are lobbying with the government or trying to work with the government to do type of thing?
Yeah, like just to resources that we can get to use, because pretty much now I've exhausted a lot. I don't like asking, but I've exhausted a lot. And just to keep it going, like now, I get a lot of people who are showing interest beyond my expectation. So be able to get them out. Even the kids too. We have kids program. It's better to, get them while they're young, right? You have to get them excited. You gotta get them to leave the phone and come to get outside the city, close to the nature. And one of the program that we created, when you create a program, you need something to back it up to be able to implement those programs. The tools that you need, like the small shovels for the kids, getting those little tiny pots, getting the seed. Although I have a lot of seed vaults, but you have to create something around there, like another, like maybe fishing, going for like a trail walk, those things that you will need to put those things together to make it happen. Those are the fundings for all those, creating a program and implementing it, hiring people, and then sustaining the program, and then keep it going, to keep it, get it. For example, the program I said I created, like for kids, is Wash It Grow. Wash It Grow. You give a seed to a kid, he has a little pot, they put the seed down, and he carry the seed home, right? When they come, we let them do that here. and then they carry the seed home. You know, buying the soil, all those things too. Everything you're gonna put in those little pots is still cost, right? So if you put a seed for a kid, the seed you see carry home, it waters it every day. So that seed is a metaphor for their whole life. If they watch a seed growing, you know how joyful that kid. Oh wow, I planted it. It's growing. Wow, the excitement, and as it's growing, oh wow, he's getting tall. You know, like better than just video game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of that. Oh wow, he's growing so tall today. So gradually the seed grows, and then it shows the flower. You know, the point of the seed is that is their life. I'm replicating that to their life. That is your life. You plant the seed. You're already a seed. You're growing. As you are growing, the joy that you see in the plants growing, that is you. You want to see yourself growing, and you are happy with the way you are growing. And then when you see the flower, that is you producing something from your life, showing that, wow, I gained something. I actually create a flower. That is, you are useful. And then the flower becomes another seed, a whole crop, and it's growing vegetables. So, wow, it's so nice. And then it's ripe. That is your life. You grow, you go to school, you learn something, and then you are being productive. And now you can pluck that and actually use it to feed somebody. That is your life. You've been productive, you are useful for the society, and being able to be beneficial for somebody. You become a benefit for somebody else. You help other people. You become like useful for the community, useful for somebody else. So that is watch it grow. Use it like a metaphor for their whole life, for their own life. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain. Maybe I didn't explain better.
No, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So
something like that. You want to put in their mind and then get them excited. Wow, I like that. I want to go back again. Then they bring friends. So that's like we are nurturing them for future. You know, getting them excited for future. Then when in the future, they already have some idea. They already see something they've seen something that excites them, that they can relate to their whole life too.
Yeah, I think, like you said, sparking the interest is the really big thing as well, especially for kids nowadays.
Well, especially considering there's not a lot of kids nowadays that grow up farming or have any exposure to, like, I bet you there's so many kids in the inner city that never seen a cow or goat or even dirt. Like, it's almost
a little extreme.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, but you know what I mean though, right? Like, it's just like it's bridging that disconnect a bit better.
Yes.
So that's
getting
awesome.
them to see it. Some of the kids think goat is just a pet. You can't eat it. Let them know it's everything. It comes from somewhere. Then when they grow up, when you realize that kid doesn't believe that you can eat a goat. Goat meat is better than cow meat. The milk is better than cow milk. They didn't know that. Some of them become like vegetarian. I don't have a problem with vegetarian. There's no issue. That's okay. But there are some things you can't. That is the meat. Meat is gonna be meat.
Yeah.
What you're gonna get there, I don't know if you're gonna get in some. You can get in some ways though. But for me, I just know the natural being naturalist. You can be natural way, natural form. You live longer. You won't even get sick.
I don't think I've ever had goat before. What does it taste like?
Oh, it's the meat is a little more. It's like a dark meat.
I haven't had duck either.
It's very. It's not like red like that. It's kind of like. It's dark meat and it's a little bit more chewy and it's flavory. It's a little flavory. It tastes different.
Okay.
Like for us now, we burn it. We don't skin it. We burn them. So when you burn it, it's already filled the flavor of a smoky flavor.
Yeah.
So you eat it with the skin. The only thing we don't eat in the goat is the horn and the hoof. The rest, everything.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing
goes to waste.
I've only ever had goat once. When I went to Ethiopia the second time. And however, though, my stomach wasn't ready to have an Ethiopian goat, so I spent the next day on the toilet. So.
Oh wow. Well, you know what? All you have to do a little. Do you try injera?
Yeah, like I have three
Yes.
adopted siblings from Ethiopia, so we have like injera and all sorts of different Ethiopian dishes. We try and do it a couple times a year. We go to the local places up here in Calgary type of thing, and we go.
Yeah.
And I've quite enjoyed Ethiopian food and cuisine, and also going to Ethiopia twice too. I've quite enjoyed it.
I think vegetarian, you know, injera is vegetarian, right? It's made from teff.
Yeah.
Teff. So those things are something that are very, very healthy too. But yeah, if the meat might not be something for you, but you know, so a lot of people, mostly Africans, we eat meat a lot. Meat a lot, and a lot of goat and lamb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I noticed that too. Like, you can't really get a burger in Ethiopia. I noticed that. So
maybe it's gonna be like injera burger.
Big Mac.
Maybe injera burger or goat burger or lamb
Yeah.
burger.
Yeah. So it got a bit used to, but I've always enjoyed the food. But I'm gonna have to try goat one more time though, or a couple more times, because the first time just wasn't the best experience.
You got to give it a
yeah.
chance.
Just eat it little bit by little bit.
Yeah,
not too much. Or have you tried Have you tried kitfo?
no.
The one a raw meat, right? Raw red meat, beef.
Oh, you know what? I've seen it, and I've always kindly said pass.
They are very interesting. It's pure red, blood, everything. They put it in the spice. I go like, what? We don't hit that on our side, but Ethiopian, Eritrea, yes. Kitfo. We call it kitfo. Yeah, kitfo. Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe I'll try and convince my family next time to get it and see. We'll see what their reaction is. Maybe my Ethiopian siblings will be like, yeah, but then everyone else will be like, no. So I keep on losing all these questions. Oh, back to the social media actually for a second here. When we were doing our research on your organization yourself, I noticed that you're touring some vertical farms.
Yes.
So is that something you want to integrate, like kind of integrate into your kind of greenhouse concept too?
Yes, because you know, most of our stuff is like, I'm always looking for something that you can grow, like that can take the temperature. Like, we don't have enough temperature to grow tropical stuff here, right? Mm-hmm. So vertical farm, you can literally grow in here. Like, this is a studio I'm building. You can really go. We tried to do it. All I went there for was to see the organic one. How can it be grown organically? So anything that's not too natural, for me, I kind of like that. But at the same time, it's worth trying. Test, maybe we have it like daylight on the top, build maybe 40 by 40, 40 by 40, 40 by 40, and then do the vertical all inside there, walls, tiles, and center, right? And then we'll see. Because if you do 40 by 40, that is multiplied by 5. That would be like 200 by 200 and square foot. That would be like instead of a 40 by 40 foot, it will be 200 by 200 foot.
Yeah, because you got the 5 different trays type of thing, right?
four levels. Yeah. So you multiply 4. It depends on how many levels of your vertical. But make it 4. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. So there's a 40 by 40, or make 5. So 40 times 5, that's 200 by 200. Even though you are growing it in a 50 by 50, 50 by 50 or 40 by 40 foot square foot shed. But when you do it, it's 200 by 200.
Yeah.
So you're saving a lot of space. So the lights, they are now, I realize the plant doesn't really need a lot of, one of the things I gained from there is vegetables only need water, actually. They don't really need the soil. The soil only help to hold them, to let them stable. When the root goes under the ground, that's why you see the roots always look for where the water is to go and tap into it. They look for water. They look for water. That's why you see the roots always crawl, growing different way. When there's a little water, they go there. Boom. That's what I need. I need this. So basically, that's one of the reasons I went there, and then I've already come up with my own concepts about being able to grow it, not the way they are growing it, but being able to provide my own nutrients that is natural one than them adding nutrients into the water that is feeding the vegetables. So I have come up with an idea how I can extract the nutrients from natural soil, organic soil, because I've already came up with that concept, which I'm already experimenting in my mind, and I'm going to be putting it in place. So yeah, we're getting into that one. That would be a very great addition. To, having the 5 acres. Imagine how much you can do with that 5 acres.
Oh yeah.
Well, and yeah, if you're looking to make the most out of your square footage, the vertical farming is definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
I got a question, because with the organic farming, how do you and in your area you can get pests more frequently just because it doesn't get so cold. They don't, like, the life cycle doesn't kill it. How do you deal with pests? Because generally mainstream agriculture, you just have insecticides and stuff like that, but I'm assuming that's something you don't want to do.
With vertical farming?
Or just like in general with your organic farming?
You let the nature do its own thing.
Oh, okay. You just let the beneficial insects eat the non-beneficials and just kind of like let it go type of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And you've seen success with that type of thing?
Yes. And also, when you grow, it depends on how you space them.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends on how close they are.
Mm-hmm.
Pests will not be able to, like, I've done different things. I realized if I grow things closer, they grow together, boom.
Mm-hmm.
But when they are spacey, I feel like that maybe, every 1 foot of soil is probably not the same. Every foot probably different. But when they are closer, I feel like nature is telling me that if you do like 10 by 10 foot, if all those things are closer by this to each other, like my finger to each other, this best soil in that area, this is my own observation. Every other plant, they feed off the best soil because their roots are interconnected. It's like they spread their Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody feed off from that one, so they get a better reception.
Mm-hmm.
So they share. Everybody grows same based on the vegetables have grown. Okay, but when they are separate, they don't seem to grow nicer than the way they are closer when they are closer together. So I realized that the best soil feeds others. They share it equally, and they all grow same.
Gotcha.
I don't know why. Nature is doing its own funny thing.
Yeah. I was curious on that because like just learning about organic farming in school and stuff like that. Pests are always just an issue. They're not, I guess you could call it like an issue, right? Like, because it's just like, how do you deal with them without using chemicals? Because that's just the easiest way, right? So
the chemical is not something that we ever consider. I'll let nature take control.
Gotcha.
If it goes well, that's okay. If it doesn't go well in that area, the pests have to eat something. And if I have to put another different soil next time, or maybe find some tree barks or mulch, just whatever that's gonna grow is gonna grow. Or maybe till the land a little bit and change it up. Maybe that will change the pest. Maybe turn it over. I've realized that the soil here, many of them, I don't see anything like the dirt. Like they will grow something. It might not be good for this, it might be good for that one. And you know what's funny? The nature can actually grow a plant that will kill that pest among them.
Yeah.
Because they are survivor. They can survive on this. They are all these things. There are some things that we try to control.
Mm-hmm.
So for
Gotcha.
me, I would not really worry too much. I think it starts from what you are using to what is where the soil came from, whatever that came with it. We'll see. And if it's not working, you change the soil.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Awesome. All right, Mason, you got any sticky note questions before we get in the last couple ones or no?
No, I think we can jump into the last one here. Are we gonna ask the question we asked all our
Well, I got
guests?
one before that one.
Okay.
All right. So what's kind of like if you had a major goal or two in the next 5 or 10 years, what would that be? Just with everything in general.
Everything generally in my community or generally?
Let's go with the community.
In the next, what do you call it? In the next 10 years?
5 to 10 years.
Having more people. So doing farming here, growing what we eat and eating what we grow. I mean, mostly growing what we eat and being able to be closer to where I am, the way I am now. It will be one of that's my goal. That is it. That's why I'm doing all this. Lay the foundation and then seeing it happening, so I can just kind of wait and chill and just kind of like say, "Wow, we've come this far."
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
All
right, man. So you can ask.
Right. So we asked all of our guests this question. It's the most important question. What's your favorite beer?
I don't drink beer.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite juice?
I like wine.
Okay.
I like red wine, but it has to be like something like around 10 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there a specific type of red wine from somewhere specifically that you like, or you just whatever?
My best red wine, I love BC wine. Wine that comes from like Okanagan area. Yeah. I can't even pinpoint anything that comes from there that is that aged and dry. It's very, very nice. I just like the flavor it gives.
Yeah.
So not a white wine guy at all, eh? Just red.
No. Maybe champagne.
Yeah, I was just saying about champagne. Mix a little orange juice. You get some mimosas going on. There you go. You got to start off the morning right.
If I have one bottle of red wine, I might drink. I may not even finish it in 1 year until it becomes like a vinegar. I don't drink at all, so I don't really drink. I never smoke, so I just have wine maybe socially. Yeah, very socially.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming on. We appreciate it. Do you want to like shout out like any socials or websites that people can look at to learn more?
People can check us out on Instagram, on our Facebook. If you just type Kara Kata Africa Society or Kara Kata Africa Village, either on Facebook or Instagram, or check us on our website, Karakata Afrobeatsociety.com. Karakata Afrobeatsociety.com. KARAKATAAFROBEAT Society SOCIETY.com.
There you go, folks. All right, well, thanks again. Hey, this has been awesome.
Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
And we're back. Thank you, Toyin, for that great interview.
Thank you.
It was good. It was a lot of fun hearing about your different experiences and actually comparing Canadian agriculture to Nigerian agriculture. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So be sure to check him out on all social medias at Kara Kata Africa Village. And yeah. Anyways, so if you're listening to this on the podcast, we're having a debate on the TikTok live because we do both at the same time when we banter. Pineapple on pizza. I'm for it.
No. Big time no.
No. And now we have the debate though. Is a pie a pizza?
What do you mean by that?
Well, so for example,
like, are you saying is a pizza a pie? Is it a form of a pie?
Well, is a So is it pie the main thing, and pizza's like do you know how like they have like there's like species and then subspecies? So is pie the main species, and then a pizza is a subspecies of a pie?
I would argue that a pizza is its own thing. I know they call it a pizza pie, but I think it's its own thing.
Yeah,
Because
but
when you think of a pie, it has its shape, right?
yeah, but it has a
Right?
similar shape. But then, you gotta
no, you
But
don't cook pizzas and pie dishes.
no, but
Pies are thicker.
What about Chicago deep dish pizza?
Well, no.
Because that's very similar to a pie as well. That's just that the only difference between a pie and a Chicago deep dish is Chicago deep dish, you're doing a layer of cheese on top instead of just the dough.
I still don't think it counts because the difference between a pie and a pizza, in most cases, not always cases, is with pie, you have the dough on the bottom and you have dough on the top.
Yeah.
That's not with pizza.
All right.
Then you're talking like calzones and shit like that, which actually, speaking of which, I don't think I've ever had a calzone.
But what about like shepherd's pie? Because that's the same sort of ingredient. It's the same concept as a pie, as a pizza, sorry. But
what
it's
do you
a
mean?
pie.
What do you mean?
Like, so do you know how like with pizzas you usually have like meat and sauces
Yeah.
and vegetables? Shepherd's pie is the same thing.
Yeah, but it actually has the pie structure to it.
Okay.
It has the same structure.
I personally think pizza and pie are in the same, like, you call it like species, but pizza's like a subspecies. You know?
I don't think so.
I think so. This will be the great debate of the
We'll have to agree to
podcast.
disagree. But this doesn't solve the original question we had, and I think we've had this discussion before.
Yeah,
we were just talking. And this was Kurt Spady asked this question on the TikTok: pineapple on pizza. Deb's a strong advocate for it. I'm big X-nay on the pineapple. And like, if you're gonna throw pineapple on your pizza, why don't you throw like every fruit on there?
Well, no.
Why don't you just turn it into like a whole like fruit salad?
Well, there's also something called dessert pizzas where they throw different things on there, like chocolate and fruits and stuff.
Okay, but we're talking about real pizza here.
Well, is dessert pizza not real pizza?
What?
It's a dessert pizza pie, not real pizza.
No,
but this label is dessert pizza.
But it's not. It's a gimmick.
Then gets in the whole debate of species and subspecies. You know what I mean? So there you go. There you go. This will forever be the debate of the Hicks and Six podcast.
It will be. It actually, like,
you'll probably hear it. If you're listening to this now, you'll probably hear it again in like 10 episodes.
It hurts me that you like pineapple on pizza.
Well, I think it's great.
And
you know what's the best part? I can order it because I have to get a gluten-free crust anyways, and you can't say shit because you won't eat it.
I've eaten your pizzas before in the past.
Yeah, but you won't eat my gluten-free ones if there's a non-gluten-free one there.
Well, obviously.
So there you go. I can just get my Hawaiian, and you get whatever else you want. Whatever that is. Deluxe, meat pizza, or whatever. Meat lovers.
I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
All right. Well, apparently that's the last episode of the Hicks from Sticks podcast.
Yeah.
I'll be moving out. Anyways. All right. So now we're getting into our next segment, the last segment. Our Wild and Wacky World, again presented by Mason because he's the only one with the phone.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start loading that up, or you got already loaded up here, Mason?
Yeah, I gotta load it up. Okay. Okay. So I don't know if you guys saw this video. It was kind of going viral on TikTok, Instagram, I think all the major social media accounts.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. Houston podcast taping interrupted by SUV crash. So these guys, they were doing it in like a restaurant.
Okay.
And like, if you can see the picture here, I'll describe it for you guys. They were sitting right in a kind of like a corner booth almost. And they're right beside the window. So imagine you're in like a Smitty's or something like that. You're in a booth, and you're just getting breakfast or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're there getting dinner. Who knows? Who knows what you're doing in the Smitty's? But anyways, imagine you're sitting there in a car, it like literally runs through the window. That's what happened here.
Okay.
So I feel like this kind of hits close to home because, Deb, imagine if we were like just sitting in this basement right now and like a plane crashed into the house.
That'd be tough. That'd be tough. You get very cold and you're very quick.
And we might be dead.
might be dead. Might have to go. I don't know. Bum at a place. Probably be sleeping on James and Izzy's couch all the time.
All right. Would you rather
Okay.
if you like had to get killed by it, just for the story aspect, for the next generations when they think about their ancestors and they say, "Oh yeah, this was my ancestor." Would you rather get killed by getting hit by a plane or by a meteorite?
Oh. See, the thing is, they're both coming from the sky, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost the same. It's not the same thing, but it almost is the same thing because it's coming from the sky. You're gonna hear or see it, right? It's not. It's not like a bus. A bus when you get hit, say, "Oh, I got hit by a bus." You know, it's like
You weren't paying attention.
you weren't paying attention. Like you didn't see the bus coming. The problem is you're gonna hear a plane coming, and I bet you someone on the social media is gonna be like, "There's a meteorite that's gonna hit Earth," some sort of shit, right? You know, like.
Yeah, but if you're not on your phone, you're not going to know because those things come pretty quick, I think.
So I'm going to say the meteorite because I think the odds of, and you can fact check this, but I'm pretty sure the odds of getting hit by a meteorite are way like less than getting hit by a plane.
Oh, 100% probably.
So
I think if we're looking at percentages here, they're both pretty low.
Very low.
Very low.
But
I would take the meteorite just because it'd be a super cool story.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, great grandpa Mason. He got fucked up by a meteorite.
All right. I'm not going to get too scientific here. However, from my understanding of meteorites is they slowly disintegrate as they come to the Earth's atmosphere.
Most of them don't make it to the surface.
Yes. So this would have to be a fucking big meteorite.
It would be.
Because the
that
thing
would
is,
make the story even better.
Yeah, because there's people that got hit by meteorites, but then they say, "Oh, it was like the size of like a pebble."
Oh, if you're getting hit by this meteorite I'm thinking of, there's gonna be a crater.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a tourist attraction in the fuure.
Yeah, and your name tag's gonna be
and you're gonna have your grave, your tombstone's gonna be right at the bottom.
Yeah, just a little cross.
Yeah, here lies Mason and Devin of the Hicks from the Stakes podcast.
Forever known.
Lest we forget.
Yeah. But no, so I would say meteorite though.
All right. Would you rather be killed by a meteorite or by a shark attack?
Meteorite.
Yeah. Shark attack would kind of be cool as well.
Yeah, but I think if you're getting hit by this meteorite the same size, at least like you die instantly. With a shark attack, you could be hanging there with like no arm and being like, "Hey, you know."
Yeah, actually, that's a fair point.
Like you gotta live with. I wouldn't call it your consequence, but you gotta live with the accident. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? You're gonna be dead?
Not with the shark attack though.
You'll die.
You think so?
Oh, you're gonna die.
Oh, is this like a chopped in half type?
Oh, shark gets you, you're dead.
Or is this like a soul surfer?
Yeah, I've seen you.
Soul surfer.
Dev, I've seen you. You ain't a good swimmer. If a shark gets you, man, you're toast.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. What's the next odd story?
All right.
Last one for the day.
Let me pull it up here. Okay.
And while you're doing that, quick shout out again, as always, we like to shout out two people or two sets of people, I guess you could call it. First of all, Bethany at Bar Double Diamond, use code HICKS10 on any of your purchases. Go grab yourself a wilder egg, especially if you're in the northern part of North America, in Canada and in the northern states. It's getting cold. It's still cold out, so be sure to get one. And then also Tall Timber Calico, get some beef if you're in Alberta. I guess it's a very Alberta specific one. But yeah, if you're in central Alberta or southern Alberta, be sure to get some beef. Both links are in the description.
Okay, so I got one here. This is another one that kind of hits close to home because Devin and I, we both enjoy our wobbly pops from time to time.
Okay.
So popular Australian beer recalled due to excess alcohol.
So like it went over the limit.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out here. So this is like a watermelon sour beer.
Okay. Watermelon sour. I don't think I've ever heard that one before.
Yeah. I don't know.
And also I've never had sour beer.
It's an acquired taste.
I don't
like it.
So our real craft fanatics that are listening right now are like, "Oh, I know what that is."
But yeah, so it's being recalled due to excess alcohol.
Like did it get turned into like a whiskey type of thing or what?
Well, so this is what it says. Food Standards Australia, New Zealand said watermelon sour beer from Your Mates Brewing Co. contains excess alcohol as a result of a secondary fermentation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it says it can It could pose a risk of illness due to its alcohol content. And I guess secondary fermentation is the aging period following the initial fermentation. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
And is sometimes used to remove excess yeast from the beverage.
Mm-hmm.
An unintentional second fermentation can produce more alcohol and carbonation intended by the brewer.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess it's only happened a handful of times. And they take their quality of beer very seriously there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what I'm trying to figure out,
It's
and
how
it doesn't
much.
say it on the post, it doesn't say what the actual alcohol content is.
Okay.
So I know with most sour beers, because they're typically craft beers, they're usually a little stronger.
What's like strong as in 6, 7?
Yeah, anywhere between 5 and 10, I would say.
5 and 10, 5 and 10. Okay.
Yeah, so
Obviously it was probably getting to that 15 to 20 mark.
you would have to think so. But the funny thing is, and I don't understand the alcohol rules in Australia, so I can't really speak to this, but you can get beers, especially in the States. I don't know if so much Canada, but you can get some beers that are upwards towards like 20% alcohol content.
Oh, okay.
Now, at that point, that beer probably tastes like shit. And if you're drinking that, you're just a degenerate.
Or you're just getting, you're either drunk or trying to get super drunk.
Dude,
Trying
one
to
of those
forget
beers,
something.
you don't need to drink anything else the rest of the night.
Like you just broke up with your girlfriend and you're trying to forget something. Type of thing. You know what I mean?
Or something, yeah.
Something.
I mean, you think about it, man. You put that into perspective, like 20%. If you were to drink a 20% beer, that is like the equivalent to having.
Like, do you think, what do you mean by 20%? Do you mean 20% in a king can or 20% in a regular can? Do you think that matters?
So in the videos I've seen online, usually the 20% ones are in like a taller bottle.
Okay.
But it's probably still less than a king can.
Less than a king can.
Yeah.
So technically more alcohol content per per.
Yeah. But if you were to put it into perspective of like a hard liquor of sorts,
Yeah.
it would be having like an entire bottle of like cherry whiskey to yourself, probably. But even those, I think, are only 15%, aren't they?
Okay. Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, it'd get you pretty messed up.
Oh boy. Yeah, it must have been that 15 to 20%, even pushing after 20, maybe.
Who knows? I don't
Who
know what the
knows?
rules are in Australia. I wish they
Yeah.
would have said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of
I
stupid
think-
that they didn't
I
say it.
think
In
Brody was saying something that the beer's lighter there.
I think he did say
If
that,
you listen to
yeah.
last week's episode, I'm pretty sure he said something about the beer being lighter. So maybe it was 20.
Could be.
So
Could be. You never know.
yeah. Yeah, no. Awesome. So that was our Wild and Wacky World. Be sure to tune in next week to hear bull rider Tanner Eno. So yeah, be sure to tune in next week to hear that. Any other closing remarks, Mason?
No, thanks for listening, y'all. Stay tuned for next week. You have some great interviews coming up the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
We got a bull rider coming up in Tanner.
Self-research episode.
We got a self-research, and yeah, we got lots of interviews coming up as well. So stay tuned, folks. And yeah, thank you.
Follow us on the socials and tell a friend.
Tell that friend to tell a friend as well.
All right, have a good night, y'all.